of Beijing when a man walked to the middle of the Avenue of Eternal Peace.
All right. Welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass Podcast After Show. So, Kevin, the world is just overwhelming, is what you're saying. The news says. So, I guess there's that Governor Abbott says that 6 million people have come across the border in the last 3 years through Texas, and he's not exactly happy about it.
That seems like a lot. I'm not sure if those numbers are accurate, but I'm sure that there's a lot of people coming over the border illegally, and God knows who they are.
Than that, when you see those lines, it's like nonstop.
Yeah. Well, there's 330 million people in here. I think we'd notice an increase of another 8, but whatever. Maybe we have noticed that.
We are redistributing them, though. That's the big thing. Is it's not 6 million in Texas. It's 6 million spread out everywhere. And Kevin, are you not noticing them in New York?
Well, they have all these. There's a lot of talk about storing these people. What do you call them? Refugees, whatever you want to call them, illegal immigrants. I don't know. There's a politically correct phrase for it. Undocumented workers. There you go.
Are they working?
Are they working? That's the question. Are they going to the hospital? Are they using resources? Are they paying taxes? Who knows?
All right.
If they're doing any of this shit.
Right.
There's a lot of talk about it up in New York. They're trying to find places to put people, and
I saw an article.
Like
now, mind you, this is New York City, and you guys have to understand, New York City is a whole different world. It's not the rest of New York. It's not the rest of America. Or LA and like that, you're your own thing out there. But I can tell you, New York City is its own thing.
Yeah.
And they are talking. I saw an article, and it was from the city. It had links and was legitimate, that they were offering they said, get up to $250,000 to renovate your garage or basement into somewhere that we can house immigrants.
Excellent.
And I'm like, that sounds awesome. Why are we paying $250,000 a year? And that's what it said, a year, to allow people to stay in people's garages when we can set up stuff in the middle of nowhere that the land is a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. Well, I know that there's a big Catholic complex near mine, named after Saint Cabrini. Saint Cabrini is the patron saint of immigrants.
Oh, and nice. I did not realize that.
They had this. It used to be that they would keep wayward girls there, like teenage girls, and teach them school district stuff. Teach them all that shit, classrooms, dorms. It's completely empty now. Catholic Church, apparently, they don't give a shit about these people. They're putting them in other schools, though, gymnasiums and things like that. I don't know. I feel like if I left Honduras under political persecution and fled the country and went to the great land of America and ended up sleeping in a goddamn gymnasium, I'd be pretty pissed off. But whatever, dude. Maybe it's better than being raped and shot in your own country. I don't know. I know if I lived in Mexico, I'd probably want to get the fuck out of there too. But at the same time, maybe you should just make your own place better instead of making other places worse.
Yeah. Well, and I keep seeing ads on my Facebook feed that I can learn a new language in 30 days. I think it said guaranteed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It said be able to carry on a 10-minute fluent conversation within 30 days guaranteed.
Now, years ago, I used to live next door to somebody that didn't speak any English, and I'm not even going to speculate on their immigration status, but they had to have their little kid come over and talk to me in English and then translate for the parents.
I had the appliance business. I had a partner or whatever, but I had the appliance business, and I would work in all these people's houses, and we when I'd go into their house and whatever, they would have the kid come out and
Yeah.
this is what they want and whatever. Sometimes they would leave the kid at home alone, and I'd be like, yeah, I really don't want to come in because
Yeah, it doesn't make you comfortable,
you're
does
like
it?
a 7-year-old little girl and you want me
Yeah.
to come, whatever. And you don't know how that world's going to play out. And I'm sure from a legal standpoint, that's the most horrible, stupid thing I could have ever done. But
Mhm.
I also want these people to have a stove. I want the world to work, I
Mhm.
help people and whatever. And I am a decent guy, but man, you shouldn't be. And I'd call the landlord and be like, hey, man, look, you got to come on. Like,
Yeah. It's not cool.
you need to meet me here if they can't,
Right.
that you need to step up as the landlord. You're having
Yeah.
to collect the rent,
Mhm. Yeah. And, they've got their dogs there and God knows what. And, does your dog bite? Well, I don't know. Doesn't know
Let's
you,
find
so
out.
probably it
Let's
doesn't bite
find out,
me.
right?
Yeah.
He hasn't bit me yet. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Now, Uncle Whiskey says his English is redneck, innuendo, and sarcasm. That sounds about right.
Yep. Yep.
I think mine's just sarcasm and profanity. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um all right. Yeah. So big problems though with that. We're gonna have to learn how to speak Spanglish coming up here. Things are going downhill. Whatever. I guess all of South America is coming to the United States. That's fine. Whatever.
I
Whatever,
know,
dude.
should we be moving south? Is that really the play here? Like, do we just
Maybe we
swap?
should all go down there. Yeah.
I
That's not a
mean,
bad idea. I've been
I
thinking about Uruguay for a while. I've been looking
and
into it.
I mean, I know Mexico and stuff. They don't let. I know when I last looked. I honestly haven't looked in like 15 years, to be honest. But it used to be that if you weren't a Mexican citizen, you couldn't own firearms, and that
Hmm.
was their thing. But from what I see on TV and the movies I watch, they all have firearms in Mexico. And according to the US government, they're all American guns that we sent down there anyway.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Kind of Fast and Furious.
so
So if
that's
I
it.
can have cool guns, because every Mexican has a gun because America has such crappy gun laws,
Hmm.
then maybe we need to go to Mexico and step up our game.
Yeah, well, I know that. The Mexican president was complaining because all the drug cartels are using American-made weapons. Um, Whatever, dude. All those politicians are on the take. If you want to live in a country where the government works for the highest bidder, that sort of shit's gonna happen. Maybe don't be electing corrupt assholes. If you aren't a corrupt asshole though, and you get elected, usually you get shot. So I don't know what to tell you about that. A lot of assassinations going on down there. Whatever, dude. Fix your country. Get your shit together. Stop trying to make me take care of you. Maybe that's racist. Maybe I'm an asshole. Most of us are children of immigrants, but they came here and they assimilated and they did it legally. But I don't know. If you live in Mexico, how hard is it to come and move to the United States and become a citizen legally? Like, what's the right way to do it? I don't even know how many Mexicans legally come into the United States, as legal citizens. I don't know how often that happens. Whatever. What is it? 50,000 a year, 20,000 a year. I don't remember what it was. I saw it not too long ago. Seems like a good amount, but it's not anywhere near 6 million or whatever it was. You were
Right.
saying earlier.
Yeah, well, I don't know, dude. And that's the thing. Like, it used to be like you'd always have the answer. Well, I'm not moving to another country. One, obviously, everything we have is familiar and known to us, and whatever. But two, you were like, oh, well, the governments are corrupt in other countries.
Hmm.
And now you're kind of like, yeah, that argument doesn't hold
Yeah.
as much water as it
Yep.
used to. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, well, you have a crappy government. Yeah, have you looked around?
Yeah. Have you been to the United States? Have you seen these assholes talk? They're on TV all the time saying dumb shit all the time. I
Wait, what is
mean, I
this?
say dumb shit all the time too, but I do it for entertainment value. If you elected me as a congressman or a senator, you'd have to be a fucking idiot. And I'm still
Right.
smarter than half of those assholes, so I don't know what the hell's going on in this country. It's our own
No,
fault. We did this shit
right?
to ourselves.
No, what is this? So somebody says, please say my name. Is that Tadu Mali? Am I
Mhm.
right on that? You going to correct me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't. Reading
yeah.
is hard.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna get in trouble for everything I'm gonna say, so
I've
I'm gonna
often
shut
wanted
up.
you in trouble for everything you say. Well, that's why we do the after show, because that one I can usually like I'll download the episode and then I'll put it on Patreon for our Patreon supporters.
Right.
And then I delete it off YouTube like forever. Some
Hmm.
episodes I leave, but whenever Kevin says really dumb shit, then I just, we got to delete that
Yeah,
because
that pretty much covers every episode we've ever done, though. I don't know.
then I'm deleting whole episodes, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So I got some of those some cook stoves, some camp stoves,
Yeah.
and I've been trying to play with those a little bit. I'm gonna have somebody come by, hopefully this weekend, maybe tomorrow, and we'll record some so we can put those on YouTube. Some reviews on some camp stoves. They're a couple of pretty neat ones. I'll let you guys know how that works out.
Yeah.
What do you got going on this week? Anything exciting?
I guess we got to get more camp stoves. I don't know. I'm trying to work out some kind of prepper events. I tried to invite myself to a couple of prepper events this year, so we'll see if I can't be like a guest speaker at a few and whatever. I'm in negotiations with a couple of people, so I don't know, trying to expand my horizons. I'm like,
Hmm.
ooh, I'd like to go to that one, and I reach out. I'm like, I think I might be the right guy for you.
Hmm.
Then I got to figure out how I can get the time off work to even pull it off. But
Right.
trying to spread the brand, if you
Hmm.
will. I'm talking with a lady. I'm doing an interview on Tuesday with a website or a lady, Abundant Acres, and I'll end up sharing the link, everywhere for you guys to check out the interview. But basically, trying to get the word out to new audiences that we don't have, because yeah, I'd like to kind of grow this into something even more than it is. And I mean, honestly, we're probably one of the biggest prepping podcasts, but we're definitely not big on YouTube.
Hmm.
We're small potatoes. You guys aren't hitting like and subscribe enough. That, or it could be that the 10 of you have already subscribed. Maybe every
Yeah.
time that I say it, you hit the button and it like unsubscribes you, and then the next week you're back. I
Yeah, I
don't know
don't
what
think our
happened,
YouTube is going great. I think we do a lot better as a podcast than as a video
but
show. I mean,
yeah,
honestly, who wants to look at our dumbasses? You know,
that's a valid point right there.
we're
But
not the most attractive men. We're both kind of ugly, but that's all right. That's all right. I got a face made for radio. I got a voice made for silent film though, so I don't know what to do.
it's an ugly world. So anyway, we do appreciate you guys, sticking around and listening to all the episodes and being here. I'd have such a harder time doing this episode. Like, I swear when I'm watching the counter of how many people are watching at any given moment or whatever, when it's like 0, I like start to panic and I'm like, uh-oh, nobody's listening. I don't even know if I can keep talking. Like, I understand how YouTube works and people watch it later and it's okay. But I
Hmm.
just, did I step in it? Is the world going to end? So anyway, I really appreciate it. I know Kevin's got to go take care of his family. I got things I got to do. My family, my getting things all set in the world, make breakfast, something. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys sticking with us. And I appreciate you guys setting your mornings aside for us, because that's awesome. And we appreciate it. Anyway, I will let you guys go. Stay safe. We'll talk to you next week.